Hello, happy Sunday everyone. I hope today is finding everyone well. Of course you're home, but staying well. Jump on, let me know where you're from. Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I'm just going to put my glasses on so I can see when everybody hops on. So just a couple of reminders that Tuesday is March 31st. That means that celebration ends on March 31st. So you want to get those orders in now so that you can get the free product. Okay? Also, what ends on March 31st is that awesome starter kit with this little mini paper trimmer that we're going to be using today. So again, you want to get in on that starter kit, which is a great deal. Not only do you get $125 of merchandise for $99, you also get this little paper trimmer. You get a 6x6 sampler pack of designer series paper. You get another stamp set, any value of your choice. But the best part of it, well, maybe not the best part. Another good part of it is right off the bat, you get a 20% savings with all your orders, and it goes up from there. So you definitely want to check out that starter kit. Trust me, it's awesome, and you'll never look back. You will be so happy you did. And once you get the starter kit and you join under me, you get my team Facebook page. I actually just did a Facebook Live with them today. So again, you get all that for $99, plus you get a discount on all your purchases. So you definitely want to check that out and contact me if you have any questions. Okay, I see everybody on. Hi, Marlene. Hi, Samantha. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Patricia. I hope you're all doing well. So let's get started. So again, Roseward, Stampersdelight.com. Now, I'm not putting Stampersdelight.com in any of my descriptions right now because Facebook is being a little bit of a pain. So I have my stampersdelight.stampinup.net. But you can still go to Stampersdelight.com to place your orders using this host code for this month. If it's $150 or more, don't use the host code because you want to get the hostess rewards. And again, to join with and get that great starter kit, go to Stampersdelight.com, click on Join the Fun, Join My Team. Okay. Yes, please share my videos. And also if you're watching this on YouTube or if you're watching it on Facebook and you switch over to YouTube, go to Stampersdelight, all one word, and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you'll get a pop-up when I have a new video out there. Okay. So let's get started. You can see I have a little bit of a messy mat here because I was doing an earlier video on the Global Togetherness Through Stamping Facebook page. And if you haven't checked that out yet, type in Global Togetherness Through Stamping. That's a Facebook page, a private Facebook page. We have over 500 members now from all around the globe. It started as something to keep us together during this time, but we're going to keep that page open because everybody is sharing all their awesome projects. Okay, so one other thing, on April 1st, you as customers will be able to order the ornate package, the suite. Looks like I only have one part of it here, but this is, let me grab the other one so you can see it. This is a suite that has a lot of parts to it. 2 stamp sets, 2 dies, all these great items down here. Designer series paper. This embossing folder is great. So actually, Donna and I are online class, which this month is Parisian Beauty and Birthday Jubilee, but next month is going to be this one. Okay, so look for more information on that. April 1st, you'll see more information on that. And if you want our online class that we have out there now, or the free kit class with the tulips, just check out my blog or look through Facebook here or contact me. Okay, let's get started. So, and I do apologize. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Maryland's in Vermont. Nice and rainy here in New York. I don't know how it is there. So I wasn't going to do this. I'm not one to jump on the, when there's a new technique out there. Sometimes I don't do it right away. But this is the craze right now. The Scrappy Scraps or Scrappy Strips. So I played around with it. This is one of the ones I came up with. Okay. And this one is using the, from the annual catalog, Sailing Home Suite. So this is the designer series paper for that. And then that cute little wheel. And of course the die. And these are just strips of the designer series paper. Okay. And I'm going to show you how I did that. But of course I always like to change things up a little bit. So this is the matching envelope. And I'm just going to zoom in a little bit here. So make it a little, there we go. I just have to remember to stay right up here. Oh, yes, Vicky, you ordered the magic mug, the Stampersdelight magic mug. Yes, if you noticed, I had my Stampersdelight t-shirt on, and I do have logo merchandise out there. My kids set up the site. You go to littleshopofgore.com. That's their site, but there's a tab for Stampersdelight, and I have my logo merchandise there. They do send to Canada. I am checking now to see if they do it overseas because somebody was wondering about that. Okay, so this is the Scrappy Technique. So let me just show you what happens with this. You just use a bunch of strips, okay? And then you layer them onto your card, or your, not your card base, but, your first layer. First, I'm going to show you what I came up with as far as doing the strips. Okay, so let's say you have this piece of paper left over. I'm going to cut this in half because it's way too long. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this in half. Now, rather than what you normally would do, and you probably have seen it, you put this one's too wide yet. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so you put this through, and you do it at an angle. So your first strip might be like this. Okay, so you see how you have a smaller end and a larger end. But then I thought, going through all that, why not just do two pieces at one time? And then what happens is you have more of a uniform strip, I guess. This is too long. Let's just cut a little of this off. So because you're not using cardstock, you're using the designer series paper. Why not do two at once, right? So you're just going to angle that. And you've got strips. And you can use both sides. And then again, do it, just move it a little the opposite way. And you got some more strips. Okay. And you're just going to go through that whole thing. Just going to do a couple here. You could do it with cardstock if you wanted, but I wanted to use designer series paper. And it's a great way to use up all those pieces that you have. Doesn't matter. You don't have to measure anything. You have large and small. And I'll do one more. I don't need all of these, but okay. Now you have all these strips. Now I'm going to show you a couple of, whoop, I threw some of them on the floor, but that's okay. We're not going to need all these. Then what you're going to do is you're going to bring in, and you can use any base. Like I use usually the white, but you can use whatever color you want. Here's what's going to happen. If you're going to, let's say with this one, you're going to, I use the Seaside Spray because that's cardstock behind there. And I left gaps. Let me show you one that I'm going to, well, I'm not going to show you that one yet. I can't because that's my project. Okay. So I'm sure you've seen this. If you haven't, there's different ways of doing it. What I found was easier was rather than to put this glue on the strips, and Tombow is a lot easier to use on this, I will tell you that right now, than trying to do snail. So I just did that. And then you start layering your strips. Now you can layer them this way. Let's do it this way. Make the card this way. And you just start layering your strips right across. If you want some of that white showing, that's fine. Then you take, there's the narrower end. So the next piece, you're going to have the wider end up there. And you see what I said, I'm butting them right next to each other. But you can leave it where you have some white in between. Okay, so now I'm going to go with another thin one. Okay. And you're just going to do this all the way over to the end. And you're going to let it dry. There's no right or wrong way. I mean, it's a fun technique. But I have a little twist to show you at the end. Not that big of a twist, but I like it. Okay. And we're going to go here. You did it with the Halloween paper. Yeah, I mean, this is just a great way to... And who doesn't have strips left over? I'm going to slide that one in a little bit because there's a little white showing. This one is going to be this way, right? Yep. Okay. I might have to pick up those ones on the floor. All right. This one is going to be here. Oop, wrong way. Almost laid it down the wrong way. Okay. There we go. And then, let's see, we got one more piece here. Let's use this here. Sarah's husband did this on, when they did that special last week. When the Douglas family was all on. And then I'm going to do a wider one right here. And the cool thing is, look, I have that piece right there. But that's okay because I have these little pieces and I'm just going to, whoop, this one's going to go right here. And then one more little piece right there. And I'm going to let that dry. Okay, so let's pretend it's dry. So there you go. Got all the scrappies. And then you're just going to go ahead and you're going to cut this off. Now, this might not be dry yet. So I'm going to have to be careful. I'm not going to put it, well, maybe I will. Let's try it. I'm going to use my bigger paper trimmer for this. Okay, because it's not quite dry. And then what you're going to do, this one is, there we go. You're going to trim this off. Now remember, I'm doing this because I don't want to show you the one I already have done. I'm just going to go ahead and slice that. I'm doing it gently so it doesn't fall apart on me. Get rid of that. You could use scissors too. Okay. I'm just going to bring that in. I'm just going to cut that off. And then turn it around. Normally I would let this dry, but I want to show you something else before I finish this card. So there we go. All right. Ever so gently get rid of all that. Okay. Put that aside for a minute. And then this is what you have. There's your little piece, right? And I'm going to layer that right on to my cardstock. But I am going to let that dry. I'm just going to show you what I will be doing. Okay, so I'm going to layer that right onto that cardstock. But I'm going to put that aside for a minute and let it dry. I'm going to bring in one that I've already had drying because I want to show you a different little look to it. So this one that I'm going to be showing you is with the Path of Petals. Remember this great set in the annual catalog? Right there. And this beautiful paper, you can see where I have a white spot there, but you can see I've done the same thing on here, and that has dried. All right. Well, what I decided to do was rather than cut it and just trim off those pieces, why not make it a little bit more decorative? So what I did to layer was I brought in the Mary Merlot Rococo Rose, and I'm using our Framelits, which are the rectangular Framelits right here. the rectangular stitched framelits. So I'm using the 2 largest ones. So the background, the Rococo Rose, is with the largest one. Okay, I've already done that one. Put that over there for a minute. I throw everything around when I'm done here. This, I'm just going to grab my snail and just snail that down. Gives it a little bit more of a decorative look with the stitched around it. This one, I'm going to bring in my Big Shot. I'm going to take the next largest size and I'm going to cut it out. Instead of trimming it, I'm bringing in my my Big Shot. So bear with me, the table's going to shake. I'm laying that down, as you can see. Let me just move the camera out a little bit so you can see it. And instead of trimming those pieces off, I'm going to go ahead and cut them off like this. And again, I apologize. The table's going to jump and move. And I think I'm just going to bring it in the back and do it on my backdrop so it doesn't move. You hear it going through the Big Shot. So now, like I said, instead of cutting that, I just framed it out. Very gently peel it off. Doesn't look like it got the end, so let me just run it through one more time. Sometimes that happens. There we go. And just pull that piece off. Very gently taking it off here. So now, instead of just having a straight edge, I have, and you can hardly see it, but it's stitched edge. Isn't that great? So I liked it better that way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of dimension to it. Let's see, what do we have in here? All my pieces should be here. There we go. I'm just looking for some ribbon that I had on the table here. I might have put it back. Let me just grab my ribbon. I was cleaning up in between each class. I guess we'll use whatever I have here. Okay, we're going to use this ribbon. This is the petal pink. Do I want the petal pink? Yeah, I'll use the petal pink. I was going to use, well, you'll see the other sample when I'm done with it. I'll find it when I'm done. All right, so what I did here was I'm going to take a piece of ribbon and I'm going to cut that. I'm improvising here with the ribbon because this is not really the ribbon I was going to use, but it'll work. I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow here. The bow is too big, so I'm just going to play with that until I get it where I want it. And I think I'll do it again because I didn't like that one at all. Let's try this again. We're just going to flip it. I have to do my bows upside down or they don't seem to come out too good. Actually, it's because I'm on camera. I was tying bows all day today. They were coming out great. Okay. I like this to be a little bit bigger than my normal bow because it's just a beautiful ribbon. So you do need nice ribbon. You need to get your, stamp set that you're going to use in your dies. This is going to go right on top of here, but I'm not going to lay it down flat. I'm going to grab some dimensionals. A couple around the ribbon here. And then, of course, my take your pick tool. You got to have the take your pick tool. Best tool ever. I'm going to put that right up here. So there's my scrappy pieces right on top of that. That's nice and nice little bow there. Now these are the dies from the Path of Petals. Remember this great stamp set. It's gorgeous. And so are the dies. You definitely want to get this. I'm going to bring in my Mary Merlot. And this one is a sympathy card. So I'm going to bring in my mat, which is right here. You want to get your mat when it's photopolymer stamps. Isn't that Mary Merlot just so vibrant? I love it. Okay, I am going to snail this down. You can use Tombow. I'm just got my snail here, so that's what I'm using. Then again, I'm going to bump it up with some dimensionals. Forgot what I was saying there. I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to bring in some of my rhinestones, and these are the Noble Peacock. They have some pretty pink ones there. Yes, better late than never. I enjoy seeing everybody on. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to share my video. And I think I'll put one more right here. Okay. And then for the inside piece, let's see, where is my saying for that? This is such a beautiful set. I'm going to show you the other one I did. As soon as I'm done with this one. Bring in this. This is all to that Path of Petals. Stamping off, as you can see. Just want a little bit of ink to show through on that. Time to change my paper, I think, on my mat. That on the inside. And there we have a beautiful, beautiful sympathy card. Again, using, instead of just the straight edge for the scraps, using the rectangle dies and getting a nicer edge to that. What do you think? Thank you. So this is the one I just showed you. Here's the one I did earlier. And you'll see it's a little bit different. I used just the white flower. And this was the ribbon I was going to use, but it's somewhere, I don't know, buried on my desk here. And this one is Best Wishes on a Joyful Day. And this could be for an anniversary or a wedding card. But you see the difference the dies make with that. So let's put those aside for a minute. Excuse me. Bring back in our little guy here. Okay, so he's all dry now. And he's going to go right on top of here. Okay, and you can do it either way you want. There's a little white peeking out, but I don't really care. I'm going to put him right here. You really don't even need another layer there. This one I'm going to snail down. I'm just going to layer that right on there. Okay. And I have from the birthday set that I was using today on the Global website, I have the Birthday Bonanza. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. I'm going to take out the happy birthday and the saying, which I just love these two. They're just so cute. They just go together so well. So we're going to take the happy birthday. The saying. Line that up on my grid paper. And over on the side here, I already have some little pieces from my ornate dies, which I did that video on Friday. Well, I have another one here, so I'm going to just go ahead and use that for the happy birthday. I'm going to grab a different ink, though. Let's see, what ink do I want to use for this one? Which one do I have on the table here? I think I'll use the mango, since I'm using the crushed curry and the mango go together well. I'm just going to use the happy birthday right there. Oop, forgot to use my mat, but that's okay. Oh, I know what else I wanted to show you. I wanted to show you something really cool, too. Let's do this. Okay. So, take that off there. Put that little happy birthday right there. Now for the inside saying, which is right here. We have all these pretty colors here. And I'm just going to grab another color. Let's see. I think I'll grab Coastal Cabana. Coastal Cabana and yellow. That's actually Pool Party, but I'm going to do that one. I'm going to grab the insert. And I'm going to do something a little bit different. So what I'm doing is I'm going to ink up half the stamp, most of the stamp actually, in the yellow. And I'm going to bring my blue in. If you do this, you want to do light and then darker. And I'm going to ink up the blue. So I did light and dark, or yellow and blue. I'm going to bring that in. Stamp it down. And now I have a two-tone insert. And you can actually get some more yellow in there, depending on the way you do it. But I like that look. I was playing around with it the other day, and I meant to do it on Friday morning, but all is not lost. There's a little goober on there. I always manage to get a little goober on something. We're going to go ahead and put this right in here. And I have a Scrappy birthday card. Good morning, Megan. That's all there is to it. These cards are actually really easy to make. So, let's see, what time is it? I'm doing good with time. So let's do another one. Now this one I already cut out the pieces. And let's see how we do with this. Now this one I have a very vanilla. So we would lay it down. Let's see if this is going to work. Do I have enough pieces? All right, so let's try it. Well, actually, I will try it, and I'll show you a little bit different if you have some of the white or the off-white. Okay, so again, the way I did mine, put the glue all the way around it, and then start. But here, I'm going to leave a layer, or some off-white. Don't worry about if there's glue there, because it'll just dry. Let's see, I want to use this one. It'll just dry in between. You see how I'm leaving a space now? Which I wasn't doing that before, but I might not have enough to go all the way across. I was only planning on doing those two. And I don't worry about if this is not perfect, because I can trim it. This is actually looking pretty nice. And then this one might fit right there. Yep, right there. Just have a little white. While that's drying, I'm going to fold my peacock. Pretty peacock. I know, Francis. Aren't you just loving this technique? This one is going to go this way now. Okay, so I have to trim it again. I can bring in my little trimmer for this one. I'm not going to run it through the Big Shot. I'm actually going to just trim off a little bit. I don't need to trim off the other side. Oh, I do just to get it so it's even. So you're going to just trim all 4 sides just a tad. And then just make sure that it's all the way even around there. Now you see how this one's a little different because there's some of the very vanilla showing through. This one's going to go just like this. And again, I don't even have to layer anything if I don't want to, although you have to admit, layering it like that is gorgeous. Good way to use your 2-inch strips. Exactly. And let me show you, now that Maureen said that, that's exactly what a lot of these were. When you use your 6x6 paper or your 12x12 and you have all these strips left, all it takes is 2 or 3 of your 2-inch strips, and there you go. Okay, so let's see. I think I have some of these labels again already made up here, so let's see what we can, you know what? I have a pretty and pink one here. I'm going to use that. There we go. And let's see. What do I want this one to say? I think I'll make it a thank you card. So I'm going to take out my Path of Petals again. I'm going to make this one a thank you. So I'll leave that. Not sure if I really want that one, but I want something to go with the inside here. Whoop, that glued. There we go. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. I've got all these little pieces already cut, but no off-white. What do you think? Blue or pink? Maybe the blue. I think the blue. Yeah, I think the blue. And I'm just going to use my peacock. Gonna grab some dimensionals. Path of Petals. Yes, that's what we're using. Path of Petals. Absolutely one of my favorite sets in the catalog. I'll put that right there. Didn't want the pink. I didn't like the pink. I like the blue better. And then I'm gonna bring in some more rhinestones. And let's see what ones I'm going to use here. Okay, there we go. I'm going to grab the peacock. I'm going to put one right here. And then I'm just going to put some randomly. One more, maybe right. Where do I want it? Actually, I think I want it right there. And I got a quick thank you card. Just with scraps. Now I don't have an off-white, very vanilla. Let me just grab a very vanilla for the inside. Because if it's very vanilla on the outside, I need the vanilla on the inside. I don't usually mix and match my white and vanilla. All right, so here we're going to use this. And let me just clean this off. And again, I'm just going to use this stamp because I already have it out. Grab the peacock again. Now this is a thank you card, and I like to leave the inside of my thank you cards blank. So we're just going to grab my mat. And just do it that way. And then just stamp that down. Quick, easy thank you card. You like, that one's gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so there's the one that we did. And then, of course, we have this one. And we have this one. And this was the one I did with the matching envelope. I'll do up the envelopes later on. You know how I like to do my envelopes to match. And there's that one. And then we got the cute little happy birthday one. Great way to use up your scraps. I mean, I love the technique. And I think you will too. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I think you're gonna have fun with all your scraps. Now, usually I throw out a lot of stuff at the end of the season or the end of the Stampin' Up! Year. And it's like, well, am I really going to use it? And then we started using these for our envelopes and squares and this. I think I'm going to keep all my scraps now and do this. It's such a fun technique. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Now, I just want to remind everybody, I am still sending out cards. I have a bunch to go in the mail tomorrow. I did have to, however, anybody out of the United States, please send me your address. I will send you a card as soon as I can. But my husband went to the post office the other day, and we really don't feel very comfortable right now going there. Our little post office is closed, so we have to go to the larger one. And until maybe in another week or so, it'll be a little bit better. But so until then, I can't get stamps or metered stamps or whatever it is to send overseas or to Canada. But if you would like a card from me during this time, absolutely send me your address. As soon as we get to the post office again, we will send them out. Okay, I am also asking that you email me your address instead of IMing me or private messaging me so that they're all in one place. And my email is, sorry, it was an old email, rubberrosie@optimum.net, and I will put it in the description, okay? So definitely email me if you'd like one of my cards. I would definitely like to send you one. So I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you back here Friday morning at 7 a.m. Until then, keep on stamping, Stampers. Bye.